Hi, welcome to Behind the Curtain IMO. I'm Betsy Jordan. I had the great good fortune of being invited to a screening of war game film. You may have read in articles about a month ago that there were a group of retired security, army, military personnel who got together. This was a nonpartisan effort. Got together, Republican, Democrat, didn't matter. They got together and did a simulation, a game, where the set was the Situation Room, and I believe they had a set for the Red Cell. Anyway, these formerly high-level military personnel and security personnel and army personnel, well, it's military, wanted to go through the game as if they were the ones making the decisions minute to minute, January 6th. So basically, they want to anticipate what might happen if something like that occurs again. Now, I've told you that states' rights are a lot like the canary in a coal mine. Like if the Supreme Court and if the Republican Party doesn't like certain things, they're going to throw it back to the states. And they know that they've gerrymandered a lot of those races. So there are conservative legislators in a lot of those states. And because of that, then they pass draconian laws, which affect the rights of the people that they really don't want to have any rights. And if that sounds overly cynical coming from me, so be it. It's not really cynicism, it's realism. This is what they've done. And so in taking that position of turning our rights into something incredibly difficult to live in and have it seem like it's good government. It's just there's just no way to make this seem like it's good government. So they're throwing things back to states' rights, and the states begin to have more and more power. So what we have in war game film is we have people who really seriously are understanding that January 6th, 2021 was a canary in a coal mine. They're going to test it out. So this wasn't the real deal. They didn't kill anybody this time. They didn't get in with their weapons this time, but they might next time. And so what is the government going to do? So it's kind of important for the police officers, the police force, Capitol Police. There were a couple of Capitol Police officers who were on the grounds the day that the insurgency happened. And they were there watching the screening at the same time I was of this movie. So the movie was of people stepping in to do a simulation, and it was in real time of the simulation, not reenacting. It was not a reenactment. It was a simulation, like what happens when someone, a group or otherwise, tries to take over the Capitol, tries to stop us from having a fair and free election. Or certification of an election. What will happen? What goes on in the heads of people who are making these decisions? And I'll tell you, it was what I call good heavy. It was a good heavy. Like I say that about the convention, there were good heavy moments. They don't make you feel like overjoyed. They don't make you feel happy, but they make you understand the gravity of what is facing our country right now. There are a few people who really do not want the United States to remain the way the United States is. They really do want the dissolution of the United States. They really want to take over. And they really fervently believe that they're being patriotic in doing that. Though, it's against the Constitution, and it's against your rights, and it's against our government. It's treason, but they don't see it that way. So what happens when you have a mindset, when people have a mindset of, it needs to be this way, or we're gonna, fight till we have our way. There is a governor, the governor of Montana, plays in the role of the president in this particular movie. And then there is a senior advisor, and then there's somebody representing the Department of Justice. They're the typical players in the Situation Room for something like this. I want to suggest that you look at this movie, that you see it. I'm going to include the link below to the website and it's going to be released so that you can purchase it. I think you can purchase it in advance. I'm going to go purchase my copy, but you can purchase it in advance on the 27th of this month. But even before that, let's talk about the fact that that was just a trial run. If we think that something that wouldn't happen again, we're smoking something, and it's not legal. Whatever, we're smoking. Because January 6th was a litmus test. Because, I mean, certainly the people who were behind it have not been encouraged to change their minds. In fact, they've been encouraged to keep going. So, and then there have been elections that have been challenged since that time, just haven't been that noted because we were prepared for that. When I say we, I mean our government was prepared for that. The challenging of elections, all of that didn't start until we elected somebody like Donald Trump. Now, Kamala has a very big tent. What I mean by that, she's bringing people and disparate groups all in under the same tent, which is called America. She plans to serve all of America. And I believe she needs the shot to do that. But this film was filmed, it was filmed to be, in order to be nonpartisan. It was, how do we defend our government when we are in such a partisan state? I don't know, I think you should watch it. I think I'd like to know what you think of it. And while I'm at it, if there are other things you'd like for me to cover here in Behind the Curtain IMO that I have not covered, direct message me and suggest that. I can't promise I'm going to get back to everybody who messages me, but I will take into account your questions if you have a question. Somebody asked me if I'd read all 932 pages of Project 2025. I have not, but I've read a lot of it, and I do not believe that it is a blueprint for the kind of world or government that I would like to live in. There you have it. This is Behind the Curtain IMO. Thank you for being here.